today at 301-750-7355.
Tonight, several developing stories on this Friday evening. The showdown over the shutdown. The high-stakes closed-door meeting today. Afterward, President Trump saying that the hundreds of thousands of American workers still waiting to get paid are on his side, and that this could last months or years. He says he's now willing to declare a national emergency to build the wall. The massive and deadly highway inferno, the collision killing 7 people, 5 children among the dead. They were headed to Disney World. The storm heading tonight all the way up the East Coast, slamming the Northeast in the coming hours. Ginger has the new track. 2 former deputies charged after driving patients in a van right through floodwaters. The 2 patients dying when the water flooded the van. The Navy SEAL in court today, the 19-year veteran serving 8 tours of duty, shackled. What he's now accused of. The Oscar firestorm, Kevin Hart, and the apology that made news after homophobic comments, then stepping down from the hosting job. Well, tonight, the moment that played out on Ellen, and she revealed today she's called the Academy herself. The customer who raced out of a beauty salon without paying the employee who went to get her, instead struck and killed. Tonight, the search for that young customer. And the veteran NFL star who spots a boy wearing his jersey. And what happens next? America Strong.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. It's great to have you with us here on a very busy Friday night. And we're going to begin here with the government shutdown. Day 14 now, the 2-week mark. And tonight, the president is now saying he could declare a national emergency to get his border wall. The president saying this shutdown could last months, even years, he said. There are 800,000 American workers waiting to get paid, others who will not get back pay. And the president said today those workers are on his side. He said this has a higher purpose than next week's pay. The Democrats saying afterward you cannot hold hundreds of thousands of workers hostage to the wall. ABC's Terry Moran leading us off tonight from the White House.
Democrats emerged after their marathon meeting with President Trump, calling the talks contentious and claiming the president told them he's willing to have the shutdown go on for months or a year, which Trump himself happily confirmed in the Rose Garden.
Did you say that? And
I
is
did.
that your?
I did.
Is that your assessment of where we are?
That. Absolutely, I said that. I don't think it will, but I am prepared.
The president was asked about that moment in the Oval Office. Would he still say he's proud to own this shutdown?
I'm very proud of doing what I'm doing. I don't call it a shutdown. I call it doing what you have to do for the benefit and for the safety of our country.
Whatever the president calls it, there are 800,000 federal employees, from corrections officers to scientists to janitors and dispatchers, all now furloughed or working without pay. Trump was asked, what's your message to them?
This really does have a higher purpose than next week's pay. And the people that won't get next week's pay or the following week's pay, I think if you ever really looked at those people, I think they'd say, Mr. President, keep going. This is far more important.
But Democrats argue this is all pointless and unnecessary.
Don't hold millions of Americans, hundreds of thousands of workers hostage. Open up the government and let's continue the discussions.
They say they are willing to talk border security with President Trump, just not a wall.
The fact is, a wall is an immorality. It's not who we are as a nation.
Now, ABC News has learned President Trump is considering a kind of nuclear option. His administration has been drawing up a plan for Trump to declare a national emergency so he can go around Congress and build the wall himself.
Have you considered using emergency powers to grant yourself authorities to build this wall without congressional approval? And second,
Yes,
on
I have.
Mexico, you have.
Yes, I have. And I can do it if I want.
So you don't need congressional approval to build the
No,
wall?
we can use them. Absolutely. We can call a national emergency because of the security of our country. Absolutely. No, we can do it. I haven't done it. I may do it.
So is that a threat hanging over the Democrats?
I never threaten anybody. But I am allowed to do that, yes.
Terry, your question and that answer making immediate headlines, but I want to get to something else as well. The president was pressed during that briefing on whether there will be any sort of safety net in place to help those 800,000 American workers who are still waiting to get paychecks.
He was asked that, David, and his answer was that the strong border, he says his policies will achieve, is the safety net. The wall is the safety net. He was also asked if landlords and bill collectors should be lenient on government workers. He said they should. He said They should go nice and easy on people who can't pay their rent or bills. David?
All right, 2 weeks in and no end in sight. Terry Moran, thank you. Tonight, the horrific scene, the deadly collision on a highway near Gainesville, Florida. 7 dead, 5 children among them on their way to Disney World. 2 big rigs and 2 passenger vehicles colliding on I-75. Some of the vehicles erupting into flames there. Drivers clearly shaken by what they saw as they passed the burning wreckage. Many of the injured were treated right there on the scene, and ABC's Victor Akendo is in Florida tonight.
Tonight, Florida investigators are on the scene outside Gainesville trying to piece together what caused this fiery wreck that killed 7 people, 5 of them children.
It's a heartbreaking event.
Oh, my God.
Oh, dear Jesus, please be with me.
A fireball consuming part of Interstate 75.
Oh, my God.
After investigators say a tractor trailer and a car headed northbound collided, crashing through that guardrail right into the path of another tractor trailer and a church van headed south.
Once the semis struck, they both caught on fire.
Oh my God, this is crazy. My heart is like pounding.
Drivers now stuck behind the inferno, fleeing.
Oh my God, look, these things are actively blowing up.
Officers forced to treat the wounded right there on the highway. The van, packed with 9 children and 3 adults from this United Pentecostal Church in Marksville, Louisiana, they were nearing the end of a 700-mile trip to Disney World. 5 of the children on board were killed, including the granddaughter of the church pastor. Their ages range from 9 to their teens.
I couldn't believe that something like that could happen so quick.
Just horrific images, and Victor joins us live tonight. Victor, what are we learning tonight about the injured? I know one of the survivors was a pregnant woman.
That's right, David, and some good news here. Officials in Louisiana say that she and the baby are doing okay, and the rest of the injured are expected to recover. David?
All right, Victor Akendo in Florida tonight. Thank you. Now to the other major concern tonight on roads and highways right up the East Coast. There is a storm moving up the coast, hitting the Northeast tonight and right into tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee is tracking it all, as she has been all week long for us. Hey, Ginger.
David, those strong storms on the southern end of it already knocking down trees in North Florida. Gusts of 45 plus in Jacksonville. Look, it's raining all the way up to Raleigh. Eastern North Carolina is going to make its way through the mid-Atlantic tonight. And then by tomorrow morning, you will wake up saturated from New York City to Hartford, Connecticut, right through Long Island. It doesn't end there. There's the backside of the system, so you get some more in the afternoon and evening. Then we dry out. Not dry when you're talking West Coast. 1, 2, and 3 systems, a barrage of them about to hit not just Northern California and the Pacific Northwest, but Southern California too, up to 4 feet of snow in the Sierra, up to a half foot of rain. David?
Wow, watching that over the next several days. Ginger, thank you. We're going to turn next tonight to 2 deputies now charged after driving 2 patients in a van around a road barrier and right into floodwaters. The deputies were rescued from the top of the van. The patients drowned inside. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami now.
These 2 former South Carolina sheriff's deputies appeared in court today wearing jailhouse jumpsuits. 66-year-old Stephen Flood and 29-year-old Joshua Bishop are charged tonight with involuntary manslaughter in the drownings of 2 mental health patients who they were assigned to move to a care facility during the floods of Hurricane Florence last September. Prosecutors say they're both criminally negligent for driving past barricades and failing to turn away from deepening floodwaters about an hour north of Myrtle Beach. 45-year-old Wendy Newton and 43-year-old Nicolette Green were locked in the back of a sinking van and drowned. The 2 deputies were found alive sitting on the roof.
They were not able to get the van doors open and to get the ladies out.
The families of both women want the men convicted.
It wasn't a tragedy. It wasn't an accident.
One of the attorneys for the 2 men says his client did everything to try and save these 2 women and even risked his life. Both of the former deputies are out on bond tonight. David?
Steve Osunsami tonight, thank you. Now to an elite Navy SEAL who has pleaded not guilty to war crimes, including murder. He denies the charge, saying the evidence against him is coming from disgruntled SEAL team members under his command. Here's ABC's chief national correspondent Matt Gutman tonight.
He'd been decorated with a chest full of medals, but today Navy SEAL platoon leader Eddie Gallagher wore shackles. Gallagher was a medic and a sniper, saving lives and claiming them as well in the line of duty. In his arraignment today, he pleaded not guilty to allegations including plunging his personal hunting knife into this teenage ISIS combatant in the neck and body. According to Navy prosecutors, the teenager in this video was brought to Gallagher for medical treatment.
Oh, boy.
The alleged ISIS fighter tells this Iraqi reporter his father berated him for joining ISIS. Gallagher was arrested in September, his wife telling Fox News his country turned against a hero.
15 weeks in jail at the brig at Miramar. Wow. And this is unfathomable.
He's also accused of attempted murder for firing at Iraqi civilians to produce death or grievous bodily harm. And David, what makes this case unique is that most of the evidence against Gallagher has come from members of the SEAL team he commanded. Now, Gallagher has called them disgruntled. He faces a military jury in February. David.
All right, Matt, thank you. No apology tonight from a newly sworn-in congresswoman who declared overnight we're going to impeach President Trump, though she called the president something we cannot repeat. Tonight, the president has now responded, and so has Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Mary Bruce is on the Hill for us.
Freshman Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib today getting her first taste of the intense Washington spotlight.
Stand by your comments from last night.
Refusing to answer questions about this video and her profane promise to go after the president.
When your son looks at you and says, "Mama, look, you won," bullies don't win. And I said, "Baby, they don't, because we're going to go in there, we're going to impeach the."
At the White House, the president said it came up in his meeting with new House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
I said, "Why don't you use this for impeachment?" And Nancy said, "We're not looking to impeach you." I said, "That's good, Nancy, that's good."
He called Tlaib's comments disgraceful.
I thought that was a great dishonor to her and to her family. I thought it was highly disrespectful to the United States of America.
But Pelosi's pointing out that the president is hardly one to talk.
I don't like that language. I wouldn't use that language. I don't, again, establish any language standards for my colleagues. But I don't think it's anything worse than what the president has said.
And Mary, that congresswoman is defending herself tonight?
Yeah, David Tlaib is standing by these comments today, tweeting, "I will always speak truth to power," adding the hashtag unapologetically.me. But David, these comments are a source of frustration for many top Democrats who have been treading very carefully on the issue of impeachment.
Mary Bruce live on the Hill for us again tonight. Thanks, Mary. There was encouraging news on the economy today, helping the fluctuating stock market. 312,000 new jobs were created in December, the biggest gain in 10 months. Wages were up 3.2%, in fact, from a year ago. And the Federal Reserve Chairman indicating that interest rates may not rise in 2019 as quickly as expected. Stocks soaring on the news, the Dow recovering from yesterday's steep dive, gaining 746 points. Now to the ABC News interview. 25 years after the case made national headlines, Lorena and John Wayne Bobbitt. The man at the center of that story now sitting down with our Amy Robach in this Me Too era to make the case that he says it was all a cover-up, that America did not hear the real story.
It's a story that deeply fascinated the nation and deeply divided men and women.
Lorena Bobbitt court case that has attracted international attention.
24-year-old Lorena Bobbitt claiming she'd suffered years of physical and sexual abuse, attacking her husband, 26-year-old John Wayne Bobbitt, while he says he was sleeping. In 1993, Lorena claimed the violence in the marriage began early.
It was frequently. It was every time he will hit me, he will just try to force me into the sex again.
Okay, marking. 25 years later, John sitting down with ABC News, denying he ever abused his now ex-wife.
She punched me.
She punched you?
Yes.
How often did she hit you?
A lot.
Lorena has said that you were physically abusive to her.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to turn things around. I can say, well, she's physically abusive to me. She never went to the hospital, never had anything seriously wrong with her at all. A lot of turmoil. It wasn't like we were out to kill each other.
You never fought back?
Tried to, subdue her or restrain her. Not to hit her. I mean, if we get in a fight and you jump on me and start hitting me and I try to subdue you, you're going to end up getting some type of injury, like a bruise or fat lip.
What's your definition of spousal abuse?
Well, it could be anything. It could be punching a hole in the wall, verbal abuse,
Did you do any of those things? In moments of anger, did you push her, shove her?
Yeah, we fought.
But that's not spousal abuse?
I think that's fighting with each other.
Did it leave marks when you restrained her?
Of course. I mean, I may have marks on me, but I didn't flaunt him.
Both Bobbitts went to trial, John in November of 1993 and was found not guilty of marital sexual assault. Lorena Bobbitt just 2 months later, and she was found not guilty of malicious wounding by reason of insanity, David.
And so, Amy, why this interview?